Let's bring in Representative for Oregon's 5th District, Janelle Bynum, joining me here on ABC News Live Weekend. Congressman, you recently posted a response on social media telling the president to stay out of your city. Tell us more about what you make of this development by the president.
Right. We didn't ask for this and we don't need this. I've hosted over 18 town halls since January, and not once has any one of them ever revealed a constituent that said, we need to fix what's going on in Portland. Nobody's talked about that. What they've talked about is they want their health care. What they've talked about is they want clean water. They want roads. They want election systems. What they've talked about and what they've told me is that they want the Republicans and President Trump to run us our money. All of this is just a distraction because they owe us money.
Now, what are your constituents saying? We saw what those ICE raids looked like in Los Angeles. Are they worried?
Constituents yesterday, I just had a town hall with over 13,000 residents. At a moment's notice, they came out, and one idea came up that was really particular for me. One veteran said, you know what, when I signed up for the military, I didn't sign up for this. And what President Trump is trying to do is pit Americans versus Americans, and that is simply un-American. He's trying to use the National Guard as toy soldiers, and we simply won't accept that.
Now, as you heard moments ago, Governor Tina Kotek also sending a message to the administration that this extra show of force is not needed. Now, have you been in touch with the governor or any other local leaders?
Local leaders have been coordinating since the time Trump decided that he wanted to put his eyes on us. Here's what I can tell you. Back during the George Floyd timeframe, President Trump tried to come to town with his goons, and you know what? We ran him out of town. I personally joined a lawsuit, and he was run out of town. We did it then, and we'll do it again. We didn't ask for this. We don't need this. Go back and mind your business.
Now, Congresswoman, how much of a concern is a potential federal takeover in Portland or any other major city? Does that strike any kind of fear in your constituents?
There will be no federal takeover of Portland, Oregon.
Okay, Congresswoman Janelle Bynum, I think we have some issues there, but as you heard her say, there will not be a federal takeover in Portland. Congressman Janelle Bynum, oh, you're still there. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
I was just very clear.
Okay, you
There
weren't
will be
moving. I
no
thought we lost you
federal
for a second
takeover.
there. Okay, so then
Oregonians are clear about making sure that their constitutional rights are protected to free speech and free assembly, and they won't be intimidated. That said, this idea that Portland is violent, it's the 72nd ranked city in the country for violent crimes. It is bucolic. So I don't know where the president is getting his information from, but he's getting the wrong feed.
now, you saw over in Illinois, Governor Pritzker, you saw how he worked with the local leaders there and actually tried to pass some legislation to make sure that if the federal officers or federal enforcement do come over, they have to abide by some kind of rules. Was there any kind of talk in Oregon or even locally there in Portland of trying to pass some kind of legislation to make sure rules are abided by if those federal agents do come into your city?
Well, I have a teenage son. He's about 15, and, rules don't really matter that much. And it reminds me a lot of Trump. The rules don't matter to him. The rules of engagement, the rules of working with state leaders, the rules of working with federal leaders, they don't apply. He just tries to do what he wants to do and thinks it's going to be okay. There will be no federal takeover of Portland, Oregon.
All right, Congresswoman Janelle Bynum, thank you.